Alright, so if you want to have fun, if you go to church and you're a nerd, go ahead and you can upload now what's called a GPT and train your own. So what I did was I transcribed the last few services from the YouTube live that our church does, and then I created my own GPT in ChatGPT 4 and basically trained it on those last services, and so then I can ask it questions about those services and it'll give me the answers. So then here, what passages were preached on in March 2024 so far? Right, in March 2024, the American Reformed Church was focused on several biblical passages in their sermons. First Lent was Ephesians 4. Then we got second Sunday of Lent, March 10, Luke 10. And our fifth Sunday of Lent was March 17. Looking toward greater was based on John 3. So let's go to the first one here. We got March 3, and it was Ephesians 4, 17 through 16, and it was discussing using your gift. So if we come over here, we go to, oh look, using your gift, Ephesians 4, 16 through 17 there. So then it's like, so that training worked out pretty well. Then we can go ask it what songs were sung during the month of March so far, right? So then, if you look at this, going from, we've got March 3, God so loved, lead me to the cross, and Jesus Messiah is the singing response. So if we come back over here, we can say God so loved, lead me to the cross, Jesus Messiah. So it knows what you're talking about there. Now, what's going to be interesting is what illustrations were used. What is one illustration that was used during each sermon? So let's see what we pull up this way, because it has the entire transcript of the service. So it should be able to tell where the sermon begins and where it ends. So a specific illustration wasn't mentioned directly in the excerpts, so that makes sense there, because it couldn't identify the speakers in each one, possibly. So that's where that got off there. But it did recognize one in March 10. So during the sermon I'm listening, an illustration was used about the importance of listening and being attentive, like Martha in the biblical account, who learned to listen not just with her ears but with her heart. So, that's interesting. So, but this way we can create a searchable database for all of our services and saying, hey, we can see, okay, we can ask it all sorts of questions about different things going on during the sermon. So latest service, Thanksgiving. This was where it wrong. Then I updated the database. Latest services focused on themes of redemption, using your gift, things like that. So I find it really interesting what you can do with these GPTs nowadays. So I'll create another video on that later on. But this video basically shows that you can upload all sorts of transcripts to ChatGPT 4 and then ask it questions about each one. And eventually I want to get these talking to each other, but for right now that's what we got. Kyle the Nerd out.